3 tips that not even your doctor would prescribe to you to transform your mental health and have you performing better almost instantly. Three tips that are going to transform your mental health and have you perform better almost instantly. Hey self-helper, today I want to talk to you about your mental health, which is so important, and how these 3 tips are going to completely transform how you see your mental health, because these are mental health tips that not even your doctor would prescribe to you. That's right, that is exactly why this video is so important, because it's not going to be told to you by anyone out there, and this is from me to you, and it's going to totally transform how you think, feel, and act. Keeping this in mind, this is designed for anyone who really has a mental illness, someone who has had a mental illness in the past and isn't having one right now, someone who is having day-to-day stressors or distresses that they want to overcome, or anyone really who is trying to become a little better and actually perform better in every area of their life. This is for you. This is the focus that you need to have with regard to your mental health. These 3 tips, once implemented, will transform your life. And at the end of this video, I am going to give you the most important, the most powerful tip of them all. So let's get into it. Number 1, it is having a sense of purpose. Anyone who has suffered a mental illness in the past, or is suffering a mental illness right now, or someone who will suffer a mental illness in the future, like anxiety, depression, or something along the lines of obsessive compulsive disorders, they all, when they suffer from their illness, manage to lose track of this one very important thing, and that is their sense of purpose. Keeping that in mind, if you are actually suffering with this one very critical thing that you know defines who you are as a person, it really can play havoc on your mental health if you do not have a sense of purpose. However old you are, regardless of whether you're a teenager, someone who's young adult, middle age, or even old, having a sense of purpose at any point of your life is so essential. Remember that if your purpose is clear, everything else can fall into place. But if your purpose is lacking, you don't know where you're going in life, you don't know why you're doing something, that's when problems start to arise. So creating that sense of purpose by trying to realize what makes you feel significant, what gives you that sense of joy waking up each morning, what gives you that purpose that, hey, I am alive for this reason. That is the most important thing that you need to discover, and discover it soon. Start doing things related to that. Find your purpose, and then everything around you will change. And that is the first step that you need to keep in mind if you want to transform your mental health. If you haven't watched my video on finding your purpose to transform your life, then go ahead and click the I button. That is going to help you actually view what your purpose in life should be with regard to how you are going to find it. How do you discover your purpose? Hit the I button, go check that video out after this one. Number 2, if you want to see your purpose actualized in your life, then you need to do this. Take action. Take action towards your purpose. If you take action towards your purpose, there is nothing that can possibly stop you from becoming more self-aware and also act with conviction with regard to what you want for yourself. That has a wonderful effect on your overall mental health. It's not only a pleasant feeling that you know that you're going in the right direction, but also it reaffirms your purpose. Why you are alive, why you do certain things, it gets reaffirmed with the actions you take. Now this taking action aspect is not limited to actually taking certain steps in your life. It also means you need to move, You need to start taking some kind of physical action towards what you want. If you're a lazy person, you don't really want to move, you don't want to really act on something, you have this physical state of mind, and that's essentially what it is. All your emotions, negative thoughts, all the feelings that you experience on a daily basis, it is essentially a physiological state. And if you want to change how you think, feel, or act in any given situation, you move, you take action, you get out of that emotion that is not helping you out, that is making you feel miserable, by actually moving, creating a solid shift towards what you want by getting out of bed, getting to work, doing something that you're passionate about, getting to something that adds significance not only to your life as well as the people around you. How are you creating that significance in your life? By contributing to yourself and to others. What are the steps you need to take with regard to this? That is something that you need to ask yourself. So how are you going to do this? How are you going to transform your life starting right now? Just take action. Remember that your physiology can be changed based on how you see your emotions. Recognize the patterns that aren't working. Take action to shift them out towards what you want for yourself. I promise you, if you take action, you move, physically get up and transform what you have within you, change is inevitable. Remember these 3 points with regard to your mental health and remind yourself of them every single time you run into a problem. Number 1, I can do this. The significance of this statement cannot be understated. Number 2, things aren't that bad. Very important once again. Number 3, things will change. So number 1, I can do this. Number 2, things aren't that bad. Number 3, things will change. If you can apply this to your purpose and to the action steps that you create in your life that you need to take in order to actually achieve some sort of significance, reaffirm your purpose and move towards what you want, there is no doubt that is going to create a permanent positive effect on your mental health. Keep that in mind. Number 3, the most important point when you think about actually combining your purpose and your actions, putting them together, it all comes down to this. If you want to transform your mental health, create that life where pain is at a minimum and pleasure is at a much higher level, it is this: your relationships, your sense of connectedness with other people. When you break it down to what it is, that is essentially what you need to do. If you want to transform your life, have a sense of connectedness with yourself, be very self-aware, and also have an empathic, a strong bonding connection that you will bank upon tomorrow, that you will rely upon in order to lead a much happier and much more fulfilling life by staying with other people, having that feeling that, even if I somehow am not feeling up to the mark, I'm not feeling that good, these people around me, they are going to transform how I think and feel. I can bank upon them to actually help me out. Tony Robbins said this very important thing: the quality of your life is the quality of your relationships. So now you realize the importance of what your relationships mean. Essentially, anyone who is suffering from some sort of mental illness, some kind of distress going on in their head, is this one very simple thing. In the heat of the moment, they lose their sense of connectivity. They lose their sense of connectedness with other people. And that is why actually having the right kind of people around you, having supportive people, makes a world of difference. So that is the one thing that you really need to create in your life, your sense of connectedness, creating a sense of self-awareness that, hey, something is wrong with me, I really need help with this. Having that belief, that self-awareness that having people around me that will help me, that is the most important thing. In the heat of the moment, you will not be able to always rely on yourself. And that is when the relationships that you have built up, that not only you can bank upon others, but others can bank upon you. That is going to actually transform exactly this very important thing. Your purpose and your actions go hand in hand with the relationships that you have built up. So create more meaningful relationships, create relationships that add value to your life, and that will actually shape how you see mental health. Transform it from where it is right now, probably good, not so good, really bad, to actually creating something of true value. Your mental health is essentially the most important thing in your life. It is the foundation, as I previously said, for everything that you will ever do in your life. Recognize this, give it the value and the importance that it deserves, and everything will change for you. Which comes to the bonus tip. Tip number 4 is this. When you cannot rely on yourself, when everything fails, when your friends can't help you, your family can't help you, seek help. Seek professional help, because professional help is sometimes needed. Mental health professionals are trained in order to help you out in some way or another. The first step of actually implementing this is going out and confessing or opening up to a friend that I have a problem, I need help with this, can you help me? Ask that question. Can you help me? Very, very low chances that the person whom you're opening up to in this fashion is going to say, no, I can't help you. That's the thing. Have people around you that you know you can bank upon, and then when you go and ask them this question, can you help me? They will say yes. They will say yes, and they will be in a better position to think rationally and guide you out of the emotional state that you're in. Get out of that emotional state that you're in by surrounding yourself with the right kind of people that can actually enhance your emotional state with regard to feeling better, coming out of that problematic state that you're in. Do this one very simple thing. Have the right kind of people around you. Get help whenever you need to. Psychologists, psychiatrists, counseling psychologists, anyone really who has been professionally trained with regard to dealing with a particular problem, these are the people who can help you out best. So seek help every single time that you feel, hey, I don't know how I can get out of this myself. We are all champions on the inside, but sometimes even champions need help. And that's the message I want to leave you with. Champions need help sometimes, and they can't do everything on their own. You cannot do everything on your own. I certainly can't do everything on my own. That is why I have a purpose. I take action steps towards my purpose, and I have relationships that I know I can bank upon tomorrow if I am not feeling up to it. And ultimately, if all of these fail, I know that there are mental health professionals out there to help me out with my problem. And that's what I want to leave you with. Keep all of these in mind. Act upon all 3 of these. Start finding a purpose. Take action towards what you want and create relationships that have meaning. Seek help when you truly need it, and then your mental health will permanently get transformed. You can either choose to stay in that state forever, or you can do something about it whenever you feel comfortable enough, and you can shift over to the side of you that has power, that has meaning, that has the creativity that yes, I am someone of significance. I can do this. Remember that. Repeat the 3 statements to yourself whenever you are struggling. I can do this. Things aren't that bad. And things will change. Implement these 3 statements every time you feel weak, that you feel vulnerable. Nothing will stop you. If you found this video useful, make sure you leave a thumbs up and comment down below. Tell me what problem you're struggling with. The whole essence of all of this is that we are struggling to talk about how we feel on the inside. There's nothing wrong with it. Open up as much as possible. In fact, telling someone about it can be a very empowering feeling. So that is something that I would like you to take away. That is the whole essence of this. Talk about your problems whenever you feel that something is distressing you, and that is the first step. If this is your first time here, remember, we are dedicated to helping you transform your life in every possible way by having you motivated, empowered, and performing better through the power of psychology. Perform like a champion and become the best version of yourself today. We are all about taking action on this channel, and that is my gift to you, what I want to transfer each and every day in some way or another. So use these tips. I hope you found them useful, and of course check out all of the videos that are there down below, because if you want to take some kind of significant action steps, there is a system in place, and here on this channel, using each one of these different steps, understanding and learning from the videos, it really does shape whom you become. So keep that in mind. Check out all of those videos down below, and of course, this is Vikram signing off, reminding you that your mental health is important. Your mental health is the foundation for everything that you will do in your life, and that your mental health will actually be great. So enjoy how you feel mentally. Even if it is not up to the mark at this point of time, know that it will transform provided you use all 3 of these tips in your life. This is Vikram signing off, and I will see you in the next session.